I love maps, and video games have plenty of them. In this series, we will analyze and review maps from different strategy games and have some fun. That being said, welcome to Map Review. Hello guys, it's ThePrezydent and welcome to Map Review. This time we're reviewing a map of Empire Total War, and this one's a hard one to judge. Well, it's one of the most controversial Total War games as it has so many haters. Although it is having a lot of improvements which are gonna be later seen in other Total War games, it was also so experimental that so many features were just so hated by many Total War players. It was also, I think, the only map that features more than just one continent. It has Europe, the Americas. Look, this is actually a huge map. This is not like a little piece. And they also have India. And India is nicely connected with Europe through the Middle East here. So it's actually one big map. Also, they have some trading regions, as you can see, which actually look pretty good. So graphically the map looks nice, and before I begin analyzing the provinces, I think that if the thing happened, right, the way in which the game was designed to be played actually worked, this could be the best map in Total War. Don't turn off the video, just listen to me. I think what they were trying to design is that when you're trying to occupy a province, your army goes into, for example, the Netherlands and conquers the many different buildings. It tries to occupy them, it wears the province down, and then it conquers the capital to take the whole province. But more often than not, what happens, you just go in to, for example, England, you take London, and boom, the whole province is yours. What it creates is that huge swaths of land like Anatolia are only having just one city to which everybody will rush as soon as possible. If you're a player, I many times see the AI trying to occupy those little cities, although they're so insignificant, and you're just gonna rush from the capital, destroy the enemy force, and that's done. If the way in which I told you before used to be like the best way to play the game, then this swap move would be much better, but sadly that's not how it is. For example, France is just one province. Yes, it's whole one province, with one capital city of Paris. Look at Germany now. Look how many provinces it has. Look, how many cities. And yeah, that's kind of game breaking, isn't it? The provinces look nice, when it comes to their shapes, they're pretty historically accurate. If you look at Polish, Lithuanian, Commonwealth, their provinces look very nice. I will increase their size. There is Gdańsk in West Prussia, which together with East Prussia can create like a nice shape for, the Prussian state. Poland has kind of the province has kind of the shape of the kingdom that the Russians later took control of, so there was some care put into these provinces. Let's look at another example. Let's look at Scandinavia here. The Sweden actually has the Swedish shape. Norway is actually the province of today's Norway. Same with most of Finland. Karelia is pretty much all of the Karelia. And you can see next to each settlement there is a name of the region. And these look nice, they're historically accurate, they're good looking. The whole problem is that they don't work. You go into a settlement, you conquer it, boom, the whole province is yours. Why do you have to fight the same battle in Madrid to take the entire Spain, and the same battle in Gibraltar to just take this little piece of land right here? You know what I mean? And some people say that this was done in order to balance the game out, since France already controls a huge amount of Canada right here in the Americas. And yeah, that's true, but at the same time, when Paris falls, this whole thing falls, doesn't it? And yeah, that's a problem. Okay. When you look at here, in the Caribbean, there's a huge amount of different nice looking provinces. Everything is represented. Everything is owned by different countries. And it's something beautiful. It's a great map. It's a great looking map. It really is. It just doesn't work as it's supposed to be. But the way it works is still not that bad. Trust me. It's still pretty damn good. Especially since the AI plays, you know, by conquering little provinces and then getting to your capital. It gives the idea of actually having like a nice war in which the front lines change and stuff like that. There are a few little like weird things like provinces being super close to each other, which is weird for the game, you know. But for the most part, it's really nice. For me, from, you know, it's mostly visual stuff. That's nice here in this map. I don't know really anything that much about geography and cities of India. What I can say that playing here is kind of cool. It's really good that they included it. There's a large number of provinces. I really love the connection that Persia creates between Europe and Southern Asia here. I could appreciate maybe a few more provinces here, but that's not something necessary. Yeah, it's really hard to judge this map. Although the province of Egypt, yes, that was the historical province of Egypt. But having just one settlement here? I hate and love this map at the same time. Because creating shapes with those different provinces, you know, for example, you start as Netherlands and you try occupying different like cities here to create port settlements, right? And then occupying some islands here. Your empire looks actually similarly to the empires that existed in real life. So it's kind of realistic when it comes to the shapes, but not to the cities. The way I think this map should be fixed is to add provinces into these huge ones, right? France should have another province right here for Marseille, for example, and maybe one here for Bordeaux. It would really make the game much better. London should not be the only part of England. There should be, you know, York or something right here that can be another province. It wouldn't break the game because they have too many provinces, because a province is not equal to a province in this game. For example, provinces here in Russia, although nicely presented, are trash, okay? Nobody's gonna ever get to them, and they have like no population, they make no money like at the beginning of the game. The only important province in Russia is probably Moscow and Kiev, and that's it. You know, the provinces are having different value. So it's gonna be really easy to conquer Breslau, but it's going to be really hard to conquer Berlin. Overall, yeah, it's weird. Like, I kind of get that still, the shape here of Naples, right? They are controlled by Spain, was actually both Naples and southern Italy and Sicily here, but it's weird making them as one province. It's like, okay, in order to control this island, I need a city over there. It's like, okay, but Malta is its own province? There's just little goofs like that that really mess this map up. Map up in many people's eyes. And that's such a shame. And I didn't see many mods that actually give more provinces and balance the game out. I really didn't see them. And I'm not a modder, but if I could do it, that would be the first game I would mod, because this game has a huge potential with politics and with actually research and technology. It was the first Total War game to even introduce that. So much wasted potential because of, you know, weird mechanics, weird AI, but I think a huge part of it is the map. You know, I could be looking piece by piece at this map, but these are all correct. All the provinces here are historical. What can I say? Just some provinces decided to be huge, and some provinces decided to be small. Yeah. So basically that's it. When it comes to different territories, I have my preferences though. For example, I don't like Western Europe, I told you why. Huge provinces for no reason. I really love Central Europe, many good provinces. The East is really good. Right here, many provinces in the Balkans, very few provinces in the Middle East. That's strange. I can conquer just few provinces and I control the whole of the Middle East? You know what I mean? It's really weird. And Egypt shouldn't be one province. Come on. Africa looks actually pretty good. And look what they did. It's actually just the coast. You don't control a huge swath of land. This is so important in games like this. India, I can't really say anything about. I just like it. And America, I pretty much love it. America looks great, okay? America's fine. If this game would be played as it's supposed to be, I would give it a 9. But sadly, my final verdict is just 5. And it hurts saying that, because it's one of the most beautiful maps in strategy games I've ever seen. But there is so much waste potential, because although the map is beautiful, the map doesn't work with the game. And the map also could be still improved, right? I can't give it anything more than that. A map that destroys basically the way the game is supposed to be played. Give me your opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you love the map and you are going to give it a 9 or 10. I want to hear your opinion in the comments. And see you in the next map review. Bye.